Hello there, this is Mr. Bug Knight. Alright, well, so today I will be playing Orwell. This is, it's not exactly a new game, I don't think. I'm not sure when it came out actually, but I've never really heard of it. Who should I be? Oh. This woman, sure. Can we not, no numbers. Unless, no numbers, alright. I'll just be berserk. Next up. This is optional, and I am not under 16. Do you know? Hold on. Yeah, I don't really care about that, and I don't want to be getting emails. I am aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my beliefs. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdiction of the nation. Yes. Cool. Logging in. Let's see what this game is all about. Freedom Plaza. April 12th, 2017 at 7:45. Looks like it's probably AM. No records found. Alright. These people have no faces. There's just a guy sweeping in the background. Guy running across the street. Is he slightly suspicious? Or searching? Nothing found. Oh, police record found. What has this lady done? Who knows? She's on a bus now. Oh look. Some people doing people stuff. Is that a terrorist attack? Did that woman just plant a bomb and like get on a bus and leave? The clocks were striking 13. You're online, good. Call me Symes. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together we will form both the first and the last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident. So let's get started. I'll activate the reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing the bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access, and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. Cool. First, right. Yes, open a reader. The National Beholder. Alright, that just flicks up. Loading a website. I got that those realistic website loading times. One even like pops in bit by bit, you know, relationships, unknown person. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown person file once you're done. We've even got ads. Alright. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. What happens? Home just does nothing. My button does nothing. Alright. Oh, movie shooting completed. I'm gonna click on this. Shooting of the Grey Shadow saga is finalised. Third part of the saga to hit movie theatres next Valentine's Day. A lot of text. After a lengthy shoot in the hills of Bonton, self-proclaimed visionary director Samishi Alan announced that that filming of his eagerly awaited romantic drama 100 Grey Shadows has finally come to an end. Announced via his timelines profile yesterday, the Bash director said he was eager to begin post-production in the final editing stages before the conclusion to the Grey Shadow series would hit the cinemas on Valentine's Day next year. The third and final chapter in the Grey Shadows saga, previously releases Being a Grey Shadow and Another Grey Shadow, was announced to be released almost 4 years ago, but was postponed numerous times due to production problems. Fans have speculated that this was largely due to the breakdown of Hollywood power couple Betty Avon and Mike McDeal, who have had long-lasting quarrels during the filming as a result. One production hand was reported to say that these spats were getting out of control, and that the completion of any scene featuring both actors was nothing short of pulling teeth. When we reached out to Rhubarb Productions to get a comment, they declined the rumours and claimed them to be mere speculation. Right, that's not relevant. But I click on the not relevant. Oh, weather. Out settings. Today is a bright, cold day. Well, I mean, it's truthful. I am only like 5 or so hours ago. Objectives. Log out, quit. Alright, it's just settings. Is that? And you can anywhere on there. Relationships, unknown person. The profiler holds unknown information on those who we investigate. Value of opened is for our main suspect. The blue-haired woman for the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look around for the arrest records. I can't click on anything in here really. Relationships, occupation, no, nothing. I'll check out that somewhere else. I accidentally clicked on this, so I'm going to read it anyway. Pakistan President reports negotiations with opposition. Violent rivals in trial if Blaine encourages renewal. Triflif peace negotiations in riot-ridden Pakistan capital city Triflif have been aborted without any result. Last night, independent sources report that President Kassad abruptly cut off communication with opposition representatives, as the latter presented a tangible point for the organisation plan for the organisation of re-elections. The news about the premature cancellation of the negotiations caused thousands of people to resume demonstrations in the capital. It has been reported that demonstrators are wearing hoods, threw incendiary material into shop windows and onto cars. The police struggled to keep the situation under control. Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative developments regarding the political situation of the neighbouring country and has requested both sides to resume diplomatic discussions. JP. Cool. Yeah. Right, now this is the thing that I'm supposed to look at. Detonation destroys the freedom material in Bunton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Terrorist ambitions suspected as a mysterious letter reaches authorities. Right. Bunton at approximately 7:50 PM on Wednesday evening, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in London, exactly how we saw. According to official police reports, 3 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirmed that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, so sorry any Germans. Die Gedanken sind frei. The thoughts are free, has reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. That is all the news. What do we have up here? The insider and the listener. Right. Bookmarks. Here we have the Bonton Police database. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case, and any connections are information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into a profile to upload them to our servers. Right. Watergate Cassandra. That's her name. That's her face. Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information in documents can only become data junk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. At the recent film, Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has just been unlocked. We will need this info to progress. I think I can do. Alright, good. With the data you extract from the police record, no document can be accessed. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? Yes, I do believe in coincidences. I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer, and you will see what I mean. Suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. The protesters at the origin of the assault were forcibly moved, where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. It didn't say where, so there's probably something here. Is this woman a terrorist? It did mention protests, and this was a freedom statue destroyed, so linking things together. Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago and remains in custody. Trial is scheduled for August. Oh, that just auto does that. Profile update. Previously arrested for assault. Yes, I get that. I want to read it though. Bonton. The case that keeps the media and the public guessing. Sanji W. pictured above, who had allegedly injured a police officer severely 2 weeks ago, is still being held in police custody. The young woman is accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza, same place, as part of a demonstration against the newest amendments to the government's Model Project Safety Bill. Due to the chaotic nature of the scene, police have not yet been able to connect the crime to the accused. Cassandra W., who is an artist by profession, has denied the accusations completely and has asked her fans to show their support. A trial has now been scheduled for mid-August. The case received nationwide attention when Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, labelled the alleged protester alongside the other rioters as anti-governmental terrorists. Right, so they can take her profession from there. Oh yes, one who street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance? It's good that you think ahead, but let's focus on the current objective first. I've held back a new document for you. I'll grant you access once you're done. Yes, I was just trying to put the location here, the exact same location as the assault. Then she turns up right there before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. We should also give more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Great. You have found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You have extracted all the info I already know about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. Right? The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates the investigators, like yourself, are the only ones allowed to access the documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. So, I might not necessarily want to take everything. I don't know, I'm the type of person who will just pick up everything I can find. It's an art portfolio. Right, well, I can use an image of her smiling. It's a very strangely formed mouth, rather than a mugshot. Hi, I'm Cassie, a colourful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. I'll just put in everything. So you're under the impression that our wonderful Miss Watergate is really living in the Wonderland? Somehow I doubt that. Call it intuition. People's lives are hanging in the balance here. What if you pass me something I cannot identify as wrong so easily? You have got to be more careful next time round. So you can't you can't take that out. No. So that was like, I can see that that's bait for first time players to pull that in and give a little tutorial on incorrect information. That is, I like that. Good job, like good little hidden tutorial there. Glad you found me. Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job, focus on my art career. It does say that this action cannot be undone. Interesting. We should find out what job that was. Yes. Put my stuff on portfolio. Below you'll find a handpicked section of my latest works, so you can browse through them by clicking on the arrows left and right side of the pictures below. See something like you like? Well, of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Leave a message on my UTEL account, Cassie92. Well, that is useful information. And tell me which piece... Right. I'll do this first. Good, you found a chat handle. That will allow us to overhear any conversation on that account. The listener has now been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they are started. Right, cool. Tell me which piece you'd like. I'm gonna make a fine art print and ship it right away to your doorstep. Bettering free of charge. Now off you go and have fun. Alright. Cat Kikyo. Definitely the only family. Yup, that beauty's me. I'm never sure. I was never sure about the title, though. The businessman's forgotten daughter. So this seems like potential connection to someone or victim of traditionalism in pink. Christmas present for my darling in a relationship. This was actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well, I had a hard time keeping it to myself. Right, and that's all there is. So I guess I'll head over to the listener and have a look at this chat with an unknown person. Hey you, HOC. I can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. Session in progress. I'm in the middle of buying all of Bonton with that platinum card I lifted from your desk. Can't stop me now. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind you going on a splurge. Right. She stole the credit card of an unknown person. If you're able to find out who she was talking about, we could lock it for the owner. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. Wine. What does Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney and all-round... Wait, she stole the credit card of her lawyer? Really? Well, we should be able to track the credit card of his Langley down and lock it for him. Done. No, really. No need to thank me, Miss Langley. You now have a profile for a related person. It can be accessed via the profiler. Data chunks will only appear for the targeted persons and can only be extracted into their relevant profiles. Actually, yesterday's supposed to go. Probably just a business call from one of his favourite clients. Actually, yesterday was going to have him for a serious business call. I thought as much. Guess I better pick up some wine. You have to get this client of yours pretty buzzed to handle a business. One bottle should be fine. She's a lightweight or whatever. I guess I should pick up some of those party pills from Big Pharma, aka my parents sent. Parents are pharmaceutical entrepreneurs. Watergate, pharma entrepreneurs. That does ring a bell. Oh, come on, I was only teasing. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about us? Alright, so she's dating her lawyer and stole his credit card. This introduces Watergate Pharmaceuticals, and a new article, Procedure Closing, raises manipulation suspicions. Investigations into the malicious injury of a police officer has been dropped due to a lack of evidence. Speculated that the accused parents manipulated the child. Bunton. Orwell informs me you've just encountered conflicted data chunks. Whenever the contents of two data chunks are at odds with one another, these will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the others will become invalid immediately. I'd highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed, though. This is your decision. Once the information has been passed, there is no way to reverse your choice. The case that has been the centre of the media attention for the last month has finally come to an end. Sanji W. was acquitted of the alleged assault against a police officer before the trial took place, with the case being closed due to a lack of evidence. This is a conflict with an unknown data chunk. It's unknown, so this is what I figured. Pity that CCTV feed did not actually help. Maybe it will someday. Maybe it will today. So this is the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favour. Versus lack of evidence. Yeah, this one's probably a bit more true. I probably should have actually decided to scroll down a little and found that, so that this what my choice was. The suspect's lawyer, Joseph Langley, pictured above are welcome to this outcome. At no point has there been any valid evidence that my client was guilty. At no point at all. The revered defense attorney commented during a post-trial press gathering. The defense successfully brought video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tides of the proceedings. Meanwhile, the relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing that the result of the lawsuit. They openly voiced their concerns that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favour. The victim, a father of 2 young sons, was rushed into hospital after the incident in mid-July, where he is still in an induced coma, unresponsive to treatment. Well, this guy looks like he's probably a bit older than her, so I don't know. Maybe she was the one who influenced it. Alright, there's some links here. Waterkeep Pharmaceuticals enriches lives with our industry-leading range of products, making an important contribution to your well-being. Below you will find a small selection of our most popular products. Mephrine Blue, new lemon taste. Handle with care, keep away from children. Mood elevating medication. This is just a bit of legal math. Oh god, can I say this right? Let's give it a try. A hexotl forte. Cough drops that fight against irritation of the throat based on natural herbs. Compensum, maybe. Activating pills against migraines and strong headaches. Fuxin, medication that increases concentration and cerebral performance. Fluoro active medication for the alleviation of arthritic joint pain. Mephrine antidepressant to help stabilize your emotions. Spiron all-round painkiller that dissolves in water. And Samarilin night soothing pills for a good night's rest against occasional sleeping problems and for acute application when suffering from insomnia. Sleeping pills. Right. Products. I just read the products, so right, this is the products page. We'll go to jobs first because company seems like it's probably what I want to look at. They're currently looking for suitable candidates for the following positions. Please address all applications to Josephine Marquardt, head of HR, jobs at watergatepharma.tna. Right, the COO, urgently looking for a COO with many years of work experience in a leading management position, preferably pharmaceutical industry, deep knowledge of pharmacy market, a master's in business economics or similar language, proficiency in English, French and Chinese, a traditionally oriented character with a mindset that is nevertheless open for new challenges, competitive, motivated spirit. Well, I guess I have, no chance then. We offer an ambitious and challenging role with high responsibilities at one of the most renowned pharmaceutical companies in the country. A safe job in one of the most stable and promising industries, a competitive salary, dynamic team with friendly and cooperative atmosphere. Research internship. As a research intern, you will be in a scientific research team for 3 to 6 months and supported with your assistants. Undergrad or postgrad in biology, chemistry, biochemistry or similar fields. Reliability and team spirit. They offer interesting insight in an exciting, fast-moving industry and a dynamic team with a friendly and cooperative atmosphere. If you cannot find any position that matches your qualifications, we are still happy to receive your application. We will then keep your CV in our candidate database in order to contact you as soon as matching vacancy reopens. Right, company where we're probably going to find information about this lady's family. A.M. Watergate has been inseparable from progression and improvement of pharmaceutical research for more than 80 years. Watergate Pharmaceuticals is one of the nation's leading companies in the area of medicine, and at the same time is the largest medicine exporter to all areas of the world. The business Watergate Pharmaceuticals Incorporated has been in the hands of the Watergate family, owning and managing the firm ever since its foundation in 1931. Bruno Watergate, the CEO. CEO is Bruno Watergate, grandson of the founder Edgar Watergate. Apart from working in the family business, Mr. Watergate is also the founder of the Central Pharmacy Congress and head of the charity foundation Children of Parges. Dr. Alice Watergate, is co-partner of the firm with her husband Bruno, holds a PhD in biology and chemistry. She leads the research and development laboratories here at Watergate Pharmaceuticals. Oh look, it's Cassandra Watergate, who is a junior COO, appointed to be the COO of a pharmaceutical company, probably by one of her parents. I just accidentally hit the screenshot button. Well, okay. Being an artist and a junior CEO seems quite odd. She also mentioned she had quit a dull job, didn't she? Yeah, she probably didn't like this and decided to quit. I don't know, I kind of like this picture more than the blue head. Is that actually the same person? Yeah. Documents that you have already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when that happens. The National Beholder just published a new article. You may want to take a look and see if there's any new information available. Right, cool, yeah. Already submitted that data. Carrying the family tradition to the next generation, Alice and Bruno's daughter, Cassandra. Right. Wow, there's some stuff going on here. Alexandra is Alison Bruno's daughter. Now I see keeping it a family affair. Will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and a unique flair will write the next chapter of our 84 strong journey. Cool. Right, got new stuff. Jobs here. What are they offering? What are they? Oh yeah. So yeah, she quit her position as the COO to something, I don't know. Or maybe I was wrong and nothing stays in the family. Ouch. This is probably what she meant about quitting her job. Good. Yeah. Exactly my thoughts. Currently, I'm thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change. Don't you agree? Let's find out what happened in between those two lives first. What may have caused this radical shift? So yeah, like changing her hair color to blue and going from a COO in a pharmaceutical company owned by her family, then going to some like anti-government protests and allegedly assaulting a police officer, then being seen in that same location shortly before a bomb going off destroying the Freedom statue. Seems like the cases are progressing smoothly. Yeah, that's still just. I think it actually should tell me if something pops up. Something new on the headlines. Crime rates continue to drop. Is that right? So this is the latest thing that probably doesn't have much to do with the case. The Ministry of Security has presented the latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before have there been so few violent crimes. Thursday morning, the Ministry of Security published a new crime statistic report for the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offences decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. The crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years as a direct result of the implementation of the Safety Bill. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased by these numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted that the ambitious goals of the government have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activities are currently being established which will have a considerable impact in preventing future or further incidents. Probably to do with Orwell, this thing. Right, the Safety Bill. Crime was on the rise, and then the Safety Bill was passed, and parties elected in government. Crime is steadily decreasing. Right, just some statistics to show the effect of it that may or may not be true or may not be related. The Safety Bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statutes created with the ultimate goal to protect the freedom of the nation's citizens. Central to the Safety Bill is the simplified, sped-up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects and their prosecution, as well as the provision of an increased budget for safety-related expenses. The Safety Bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigration and general travel into or transiting through the nation. It also became mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded as potentially dangerous. Since the safety bill has come into effect in 2011, the total number of acts of crime and terrorism committed have been decreasing continuously, and the trend is ongoing to date. The Page's peacekeeping mission. Terrorist incident of 2008 was the terrible consequence of the premature retreat of our troops from Pages, a region torn by civil unrest for years. By the order of the previous government to fix our predecessor's mistake, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region for the good of the inhabitants of both countries alike. After the Page's peacekeeping mission has been signed in 2011, our troops were sent off to the neighbouring country to perform tasks including the distribution of aid packages containing food, in addition to health hygiene products to the mostly impoverished population, the rebuilding of infrastructure, particularly hospitals and schools, upholding the law and public order alongside the removal of all relics such as anti-personnel mines or unexploded bombshells, training local police and military forces. Due to a recent stabilization in the Pages, we have been able to reduce the number of stationed forces while leaving the overall goals for the peacekeeping mission intact. So, like real peacekeeping missions, they spout all this stuff, all this good stuff that they're doing, which is actually good stuff that happens. Leave out everything else. Right. Positions are 5 pillars for a great nation. Safety and security. We firmly believe in strict safety regulations and mechanisms to preserve life and the well-being of every individual. Economy and commerce. A strong economy equals a strong society. This is why we strive for constant healthy growth. Values and tradition. Our cultural origins, as well as the significance of family and communal life, must be cherished. Gating immigration from and intervening in foreign countries are necessities that uphold law and order in our own. Rock-solid education and healthcare systems are the foundations of a great future. Okay. Leaders of the nation. Look, it's Robert Blaine, the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Blaine, as much remarkable visionary as unmatched leader, is a member of the party in the 4th generation. When the surprising death of the previous leader of the party, Mr. Goddard, left behind a power vacuum, it was the young Robert Blaine who stepped up and was elected as the new head unanimously. Just as in this exemplary case, Mr. Blaine will take initiative whenever possible and is sure not to relent until the party's ambitious goals have been achieved. Arthur Scott Gallagher, Secretary of Economy and Trade. Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of State. Peter Faulkner, Secretary of Defence. Looks like there's another link then. Alright, read through this bit. Mr. Gallagher, one of the most seasoned members of the party, is in charge of the Ministry of Economy and Trade. As such, he is directly responsible for reduced tax levels for big and medium-sized corporations, as well as the resulting decline of the unemployment rate. Reduced tax for big and medium corporations? That kind of sounds like not that good, honestly. The Ministry of Security, dedicated to the purpose of improving the nation's safety on the interior, was formed directly after the elections in 2009. Just as originally proposed by Catherine Delacroix, Ms. Delacroix was subsequently granted the position of the first Secretary of Security. She is best known for the inception of the safety bill, elevating the security standards in the country to a new level. The Commander-in-Chief of the nation's forces does not tire to stress the importance of stability in the nation's neighbouring countries. To that end, Mr. Faulkner created the peacekeeping mission. which played a key role in the prevention of terrorist activity occurring on the nation's soil. Does this take back to this first page? Yes. Those positions, people, projects is this. Participate. Right. Become a part of the party. There are many ways in which you can contribute to the nation's success. Becoming involved with the party is a huge one. If you are willing to give your all for a bright future of the nation and consequently all of the world, come and join us. Find out. Donate. Give us money. Lots of money. Your gift will help the party continue to build a stable, safe and positively conservative nation. Positive. These are the Conservative Party. Of course, because it's called Orwell and the game is about watching people and not freedom and expression. Support local group volunteers to get in touch with the nation's leaders and champion the topics that matter the most to you and your family. Join the party as a member, represent the party in political matters or on a communal or national level, and then join the army. Serve the homeland and defend the freedom of the nation in foreign countries and help stabilize them. Yeah. Army stuff. Right. Now on to Sanji's timeline. Another picture of her. I'm still going to use this picture. Birthday, September 13th, 1992. Interests, art, music and activism. Exactly what you would expect. Music and activism, what a lineup. Status, you're invited to Tea Inside the Rabbit Hole. Pop artist and freethinker. The targets, painting Alice in Wonderland and Kikiko. Woohoo, first day in freedom, far away from the shackles, Watergate farmer. Right, and then, what? Who's gonna pay for your stuff now? Mummy and Daddy won't like this. Listen Jake, I'm not Daddy's little girl anymore. My art's already got me a lot of money, more than enough to pay all my bills. Don't you worry about me. Right, despite puppets of the state, you finally managed to destroy us entirely. There is nothing left to do but congratulate you. These are my personal wishes to you from the deepest abyss of my heart, for all you government lackeys. Big anti-government mentality here. Most painfully, Cassandra. Well, Miss Watergate, we aren't too fond of you either. Sweetie, what is the matter? It totally doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out for ages. You gotta get out from time to time. You'll feel much better. Mary, just shut your freaking mouth, okay? Right. There is conflict with unknown data chunk. May want to wait on this. Learn from my previous mistakes. But what is this? Broken friendship. Creates new profile for Mary Blitch. Cassandra, what's great broken friendship? Name Mary Bly. Right. I am not in the mood for your stupid act. I told you again and again I cannot deal with this right now. Okay, you know what? I'm really sorry that I still care about my best friend, no matter how often she decides to give me the cold shoulder, but in that case, that's all in the past now. Right. In in a relationship with Joseph Langley, not a member. Yes, she is dating that lawyer, who she stole the credit card of. With a lawyer? That might be noteworthy. Yes. The beholder actually wrote about me being freaking redeemed of this SHIT. But surprise, surprise, they had to mention the speculations over my parents buying me out. Makes the click counts go boom, doesn't it? Yes, that is how media works. We all know that. At least you are redeemed now. Wanna bar steam together with a little late night shopping tour? Not today, have a date this evening. Who's the lucky one? Oh, it's this Mr. Joseph here, her lawyer. Right, case closed. Congrats, I never had any doubts about it. We're just going back in time. Kiddo, you're my heroine. Both the heroic and the drug way. 1,000 cams on the plaza, but no proof. We've shown the world this dirty surveillance machinery only exists to intimidate and mislead the people into believing false promises. Cams for safety, one big lie. I'm so happy for you. I knew everything would be okay in the end. Sure, we have an awesome Cassandra Freedom party on Friday. Thanks, you guys. I'm so happy. I am sure you heard the load full of my mind. At Harrison, yeah, I will totally write an article on our blog. And actually, of course, I'm so in. Profile picture. Can't really do anything like that. That concert was amazing. So amazing that I just had to give my hair a little makeover. So without further ado, how'd you like it? OMG, what happened to your beautiful hair? Why didn't you ask me before going to a stylist? We could have gone together. Cassie's going punk. Did mommy and daddy agree with that? Looks nice. That's a whole new you. You also need a new name then. What about Cassadis? That's clever. Me like you. This Jake Clefton guy is kind of just like... So henceforth, Cassandra shall be known to the world as Catharsis. Alias name suggested by Juliet Carrington. An alias name. You know, people on the web, so many names, so many identities. It's always good to record every alias, then we can match data chunks to target persons whenever they are using them. Yes. Everyone has their alias. You know, so Bucknine definitely not an alias, you know, definitely my real name. That's the spirit, kiddo. Now I'd like to invite you to our little activist group. Joined activist group invited by Harrison O'Donnell. Definitely some information that I probably need. An activist group? Is there anything more specific? Oh, listener going off. If you want to join us, it would be nice to have you with us at the protest of Freedom Plaza. How much left is this? Well, right, this one. Just discovered this hot new brand. The band, The Targets. Man, do they rock hard. They're playing a concert in the cellar next week. Who's coming along? Mary, I'm looking at you. Punks, not really my style. Sorry, Cass. Can we just go see Cherry Cheeks sometime? They're not just some punks, and the lead singer is a real cutie. And they have this cool guitarist girl, plus they got a message of what's not to like. Nah, sorry, just not for me. But, alrighty, you're the one missing out. I'll have them all for myself. Ooh la la, are we not? Having an amazing shopping tour with my Mary, the best friend of all times. But you really should consider paying a visit with your hairstylist soon, darling. Well, that is what happens when you do my hair. Um, I don't know which to pick out of these ones. Broken friendship is kind of like, it's later on, but Mary still seems to be supportive of Cassandra, so I feel like this is more applicable currently to my current knowledge. How sweet. Well, it's a relationship with someone. Although, I think that Mary Belay seems like she's probably not going to be particularly useful on this case. A chat with Joseph Langley. Hey, did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? Yeah, don't remind me. You know, I have a history of that place. Already effing me up enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. Too many bad memories. Now there was just moments before this. Moments before this happened. I catch this bus every day, meaning her presence there before the bombing could be a coincidence after all. I'll reserve my thoughts until after you find more evidence. I should have gone to that damn protest. I never should. Darling, you don't need to justify yourself to anybody, especially not me. So happy when Goldfells accepted me into, though I desperately wanted to go to prove my worth to be the cause. Think of it this way: if you would not have gone to the protest, then you never would have been wrongfully indicted, and then we would have never met. Yeah, and I would not have been called a terrorist in all the papers. You are not a terrorist, okay? Ain't I? You sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, damn it. Well, your card's not working here, can't buy anything. Have you gone bankrupt or something? Unless you went on a serious shopping spree, there should be plenty of money on there. I guess we'll have to go without wine then. Here's the thing, I've got an important appointment tonight. Surprisingly out of schedule and I can't postpone it. You've got to be kidding me. Very sorry, darling. We'll see each other tomorrow. You always have an appointment. Appointment here, appointment there, appointment every effing where. How can you constantly do this to me? Darling, please just calm down. She's on methadone. Yes, damn it. It's the only thing that matters to you that I'm on happy pills all day. What's this method? Can you look that up for me, please? I already know about it. Darling, please, it's nothing like that, and you know it. So I keep my happy mouth shut whenever you leave. So I keep my mouth shut whenever you leave me hanging. If I don't show up to this appointment, I risk losing a very important client. Fine, don't you understand that? Oh no, I totally understand. Don't risk losing your very important client of yours. I guess you don't really like that. I guess I'm just not an important client anymore. Come on, Cassie. Going home now in case I'm getting up on that priority list of yours anytime soon. Please. Right, scroll up. Where's that thing I missed? Goldfells, co-member of a group called Ford. Potential lead. An activist group called Ford. Interesting. Maybe this is what influenced her. And who is Goldfells? We should find something that shows a current attitude and see if we're following the right person. Right. Okay, this is a very expansive game, and I think I'm going to leave it here actually, because this has been a bit overwhelming, but I've enjoyed this, and I hope you have enjoyed this as well, somewhat. Well, anyway, that was fun.